Hey guys, what's up? It's a Chinchilla notebook here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on how to make fleece liners for your chinchilla cage. I'm going to be showing you how I make mine, and also for my cage I have the Ferret Nation model 162. I'm going to be making it for the top pan because the top pan has this, and also sorry, there's like really messy in here. But basically the top pan has this little cutout here where your chinchilla goes up and down, so it's really easy to make it for just like the bottom pan, but the top pan is a little bit tricky, so that's why I'm going to be showing you how to make this. These are my older fleece liners that I made like a year ago, and they look really good. Here, let me show you. These are hand sewn, by the way, and in this video I'm not going to show you the sewing part because here's a catch. I don't actually sew my liners. My grandmother does it for me, and she does it by hand because we don't have a sewing machine. So, I love it when he does it. He's so cute. Merlin, you're so cute. Anyway, and I'm going to be showing you how to do it by hand. So, or not by hand. I'm going to be showing you how to sew them, but I'm not going to be showing you the sewing part. Otherwise, it'll fall apart if you don't do it well. That's why I don't do it for myself. But look at this. And it's been such good quality. Like, I've had these for years. Actually, this is only a year old. I have other liners that I've had for years. But yeah, it's amazing quality. So, yeah, if you guys are interested to know how to make yourself some fleece liners, then keep on watching. Okay guys, and I also wanted to quickly add this little clip in here, but somebody asked me to give them a shout out a while ago and I totally forgot to, so I'm going to do it now. And that person is Chloe Cornelison, and I think she said her Musical.ly is Chloe Jade 19 Flower. I will be putting it on the screen so that you guys can check it out, but basically she said it's just a Musical.ly on her chinchilla, so you guys should go check that one out. Also, for all of you guys who ask me for shout outs, I sometimes forget, so just please have patience with me, and in the future if you want a shout out I will do it on Instagram, but I will no longer be doing it on YouTube. From now on, if you want a shout out, I will totally give you one in a post or a story, whichever one you want, but no longer on YouTube. But yeah, that's all for this, and let's get on to the video. Alright, so this is the fleece pattern that I'm going to be using, and what you will need for one liner is 1 yard of fleece. So I just got this yard of fleece from Walmart. What you're going to need is just your fleece right here. It can be unsewn, and then a pair of scissors. Right now what we're going to do is cut it out in the shape of your pan. So just for this example, just pretend that this watermelon liner is the actual pan from the top level. Like I said, I just didn't want to take it out, so let's just pretend that this is it. But basically, as you can see, there's just this little cutout that you're going to need to cut across. And what you do is you let at least an inch, or even more if you can, off the sides. I've just lined up this side with the folded half so I don't have to sew this side. And basically what we're going to do is cut around and leave at least an inch or so, or even just a couple centimeters around the edges, because when you sew them, as you can see on this pan, there's a little bit of a ridge there, and when you put the fleece liner on, it's going to be a little tighter. So you just want to make it a little bit looser. So this is what it looks like, and let's pretend this is the liner, the pan, and you take it off. As you can see, it is the general shape of what the pan is going to look like, and it's just a little bit wider. Now here is the part where you guys really have to pay attention. So when you have a fleece liner, is this focused first of all? Okay, so when you have a fleece liner, if you turn it inside, so you can see how this side is really crisp and clear, and then when you turn it inside, it's a little bit more dull and fuzzy looking. That's because this is the inside of the fleece and this is the outside. This outside is the nice part that you want to be showing, unless you don't care, but this is like the inside. Can you tell the difference? This is more faded than this because this is the inside. So, and it also tends to feel just a little bit different. On the outside it feels softer than on the inside. So you're going to want to take this and flip it inside out. So basically what I'm going to do is flip it inside out so the fuzzy dull part is facing out. So now that you have it inside out, and this is the part that's going to be facing the inside, I'm going to tell you how to sew it. So basically there are, as you can see, 4 sides. Let's just count this as one side. And this side over here is already folded, so you don't need to sew this one. What you're going to do, because there's openings along the whole rest of the liner, you're going to be sewing this side along here here, and then leaving this side as the opening so that you can slide the pan in. Now there's two ways that you can do. First of all, you can leave a little slit there to slide the pan in that way, or you can leave this long side to slide in. I don't recommend that you leave this or this side as an opening. Alright guys, so once the fleece liner is nicely sewn, this is how it's going to look like. Again, this was sewn by hand, but I don't recommend sewing your fleece liners by hand unless you're really good at it, because it needs to stay together, because the fleece liners will have to be washed every single week, and they're going to have to go through the wear and tear of having a chinchilla living and peeing and pooping and all that kind of stuff on top of them, so they could fall apart pretty easily. So far I've never had any fall apart because my grandmother is extremely good at sewing, so honestly it's amazing, and this is like a sewing machine. As you can see, this is the opening that I asked her to leave, and she sewed the wrong side out, and this is the inside. If you open it, so you can see that is the nice side and that's the faded side. So now we're just going to flip it inside out really quick, and I'll put my camera down for this. This is what the outside now looks like. Nicely sewn. It looks really clean. It looks like a professional sewn line and everything, so it looks good. And as you can see, it's a little bit higher up, if that makes any sense. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now, but it's like a little bit thicker. Another thing I want to mention, a lot of people ask me about the absorbent layer that goes in the fleece, because this is the fleece liner, but you still need an absorbent layer. I do not recommend just using fleece because it is not good. It absorbs, it wicks away the pee, but the pee and the moisture needs somewhere to go, and that's where you come in with your absorbent layer. So this is the actual fleece liner, and this is just what I use. Obviously, if you order fleece liners on actual chinchilla websites, those ones will have built-in absorbent layers that are good, and they're going to take care of that very easily. But if you are like me and you just DIY your own thing, then I just use towel, because it is something that will absorb the pee and the moisture and will not just sit on the fleece, because like I said, the fleece is good for liners because it wicks away the moisture, but the moisture needs somewhere to go, and you don't want it just to sit on your pan. So this is what I use. I just use a towel, as you can see, your everyday towel, and I just did a quick cutout. It doesn't look as nice by far as the fleece, but it's okay. It's also got like frayed. I didn't sew it or anything because it literally just goes underneath the fleece liner, and I'll show you how I do that. But yeah, so basically what I do is I take this pan right here, and this is what the top now looks like, and I'm just going to slide that on. I'm not going to show you how to do that, obviously. It's common sense. You just match up this slide like that. You basically just match up the fleece liner like that, and then what I do after I put on the fleece liner, I will put this in there. So as you can see, the liner is now on, and there's just a little bit of extra room on the side, but that's okay because between washes it obviously shrinks a little bit over being used over time. And if you look inside, the absorbent layer is there, and then that's the pan, and that's how it fits. I just do the cold wash, and then I hang them to dry. I don't put them in the dryer because they tend to shrink. Fleece tends to really shrink in the warmth. That's why I wash them cold and then just let them dry in the bathroom. And then as you can see, if you had done it long ways, if you had done it like long ways and you have extra side, you can just like tuck it in. But since we don't have a lot to work with here and you can't just tuck that in, your chinchilla is probably going to, you know, take that out and start chewing the plastic. Merlin did chew the plastic for my old liners because I didn't used to do this, but now I have a way that he cannot get to them, and it's by using binder clips. So when you're done, this is the finished result. It's all nicely tucked in like that, and the binder clips are on there pretty tight, and that is how the fleece liner looks. As you can see, not that side, this side it's nicely sewn. It fits really well. That's just how it fits in. This is the side he doesn't have access to that, and that is the finished product. And then here everything fits well on this side. He has room to go up and down, and yeah, so that is how you make a cage liner for your chinchilla. And I know I might have not explained it as well, but really it's not rocket science. You just buy a yard of fleece, you cut it out to the correct size, and then sew along all the edges except one where you need to tuck it in so that you can slide the liner in and out, and then also have an absorbent layer. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all for this week's video, but this one was really requested, so I really wanted to film it for you. So here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a great week.
These days my waves get lost in the ocean. 7 billion